Hey, my Reset Community podcast land. I am just so happy to be back here. I haven't left, really. I really haven't left, but I'm just saying I'm happy to be back with you face to face, technically, virtually, one on one, and getting this opportunity to help each other reset for better. God has been having me going everywhere, and I'm just thankful for that. I have speaking engagements coming up, and I've been posting my me speaking to just keep you all encouraged while I could not find time to carve out time to be here sitting in a chair getting to talk to all of you. And God has allowed me to just for a minute. He causes us to disconnect, to reflect, and to reset. And so that's kind of like what we're going to talk about on this episode is how worship can help us reset for better. And I want to talk to the ones today who've ever felt like you're alone in the presence of God. Yeah, it happens. You're standing there, hands lifted, eyes gushing of tears, and you look around and thought, why does it feel like I'm the only one here seeking after God? You just like, is anyone looking, searching, as the word says, panting after God, thirsty for him? Have you ever worshiped when the room was just dry? The musicians were tired, the congregation disengaged, the preacher's not doing like their best, their usual. Then this is for you. This is for you. You're not strange. You're not emotional. You're not overdoing it. You are being faithful. You're responding to the one who is worthy, no matter who else does or doesn't. Because worship is between you and God. Worship was never meant to be about the room. It's about the throne room. Now, I know that sounds cliche, it's a little corny, I know, but it's some truth in it. I believe in John chapter 4, verse 23, it says the Father is looking. He's searching. He's trying to find. He's using a magnifying glass. He's looking for worshipers, not performers, not songs, not a perfect sound mix, not a perfect key, but hearts. Hearts that bow, hearts that burn, hearts that will come out of their shell and go after God authentically. When you worship, when you truly pour yourself out, it's not for approval. It's not for applause. It's not even for connection with people, so to speak. It's only for God. It's only for Him. Only for God. And there's so many biblical examples of worship when it feels like in isolation. The first one that comes to mind is David when he danced when everyone else was silent. Even his wife was embarrassed of David. Mary broke her alabaster box when no one else was honoring Jesus. The disciples tried to kick her out the room when she was just sincerely pouring out her last of perfume. And the last one is the woman with the issue of blood. She pressed through a crowd by herself just to touch the hem of his garment. Isn't that beautiful? He didn't despise her. He didn't overlook her. He actually turned around and said, somebody touched me. The disciples, everybody that was around him, they said, Lord, there's so many people that are touching you. You have a whole crowd about you. Of course you feel somebody touch you. I'm sorry. No, he said this was a different type of touch. This was a touch of worship. This was a touch to reset. Mhm. If that woman hadn't touched her reset, her body would not have been changed. Her touch was a part of her reset. Her worship was a part of her reset. All of these moments of isolated worship is what causes us to feel more peopleish, more validated, that's the word, and more honored that God can still touch us in our loneliness. Because lonely worship is often prophetic worship. Sometimes when you're the only one worshiping, it's because God has chosen you to set the tone of what he wants to release. You might be carrying the sound that breaks the silence. Yes, you are the one, like the woman with the issue of blood. If she hadn't touched the hem of his garment, she would not have shifted the atmosphere of that time. And if she wasn't the one, no one else in this day and time would have been able to get to God the way she did. Just by one simple act of faith, just by that one simple act of worship, caused her life to reset. The oil that fills the room is the oil that's going to shift the room. You come in with a different atmosphere, just as the woman with issue of blood also did. She came in with the atmosphere with an oil of readiness, with the oil of change. The enemy will try to silence you with fear or shame or doubt. But listen to me, don't shut down, don't hold back. When you worship, you create space for heaven to move in your life. Yes, you do. You do. I hope you don't even like look at me like I'm crazy right now, because really worship is a flame. It's not a feeling. It's a flame. We don't worship because we feel like it. We worship because he's worthy of our worship. Even when we're tired, even when we're heartbroken, even when we're misunderstood, he still deserves worship. You are carrying a flame. You're carrying a gift inside of you. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. And sometimes you're the only one in the room with fire. But let me tell you something, family. Keep burning. Keep going after God. Don't stop where people are trying to make you feel like you have no other chance. When people start talking, that means you're doing something right. Mhm. Just like those three scenarios I just told y'all about David, Mary, and the woman with issue of blood. All three instances, people were talking bad about them. David danced out of his clothes, and because he saw the presence of the Lord coming back to Israel. The woman with the alabaster box, they talked about her. The woman with the issue of blood, they talked about her because in that time she had a body she had a body disorder that caused her to feel like the outcast of the town. So of course people were going to be talking bad about her and just stomping on her while she's on the ground, because they saying that woman is untouchable. She don't Nobody can touch her. But in those three instances, people talked, but they got their blessing. They got their reset. They got their transformation. Why? Because they kept burning, and God responds to fire. God responds to fire. God responds to authenticity. Beloved family, don't let the coldness of the room quench your spirit. Don't wait for the crowd. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just worship. Let your tears be your offering. Let your lifted hands be your obedience. Let your song be your sacrifice. Because you're not alone. Heaven is watching, and God is moved by your worship, even when no one else sees it, even when you are literally singing alone. If this resonated with your spirit, take a moment and create an altar right where you are, whether it be walking, you're worshiping in your living room, worship in your car, worship in the silence. And if you felt like you're the only one in the room, drop a comment. And let me remind you again, you're not alone. You are a part of a remnant. You are a forerunner, and your worship is breaking open something new. This reminds me when I was preparing for this episode, the song came to my mind is the verse, "Come on, my soul. Oh, don't you get shy on me. Lift up a song because you got a lion inside of those lungs. Get up and praise the Lord." I want to sing it, but I'm not going to get blocked on YouTube for it. But I want to say it again. Come on, my soul. You got to speak to yourself. As David did in Psalms, he said, "Awake my soul and sing. Talk yourself out of your despair. Come on, my soul. Oh, don't you get shy on me. Lift up a song because you got a lion inside of those lungs. Get up, and praise the Lord." Because when you praise, when you worship, your reset is on the way. Until next time, I reset community. Your next reset is a part of your next breakthrough. See you next time.